Hey there. Welcome. This is first video in what I hope will be a successful series of videos. I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Greg, and I am starting a company, and this channel is meant to share that process. I'm going to cover why I've created a company, and the name of the company is Dude Creates Cool Stuff. So what I'd like to share with you today is the why, the what, and the how regarding my company that I'm starting, and what my approach is going to be, and what the plans are as I move into the future. And then lastly, I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about the products and generally speaking what I'm thinking about, and then ending with what, at least for right now, I foresee as some of the challenges of doing this from a company standpoint, from a channel standpoint. So let's start off with Dude Creates Cool Stuff. So why are you doing this, Greg? And that's a good question. My first answer is because I've always wanted to, and I still haven't started a company. So I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. And I'm going to do it here on this challenge and or on this channel. And the reason why I'm doing this is also because I believe there's an opportunity. I believe that a lot of the ideas and things that I've come up with have an opportunity to potentially do some stuff in the marketplace. In future videos, I'll be talking about that. And then lastly, I really want to try and take a lot of the interests and hobbies that I have, woodworking, 3D modeling, 3D printing, creating stuff, generally just being creative, painting, whatever it is. I want to try and figure out ways to bring all of those things together into some kind of mixture, and maybe that'll give me some advantage out there. And I'm going to try and make it fun. I'm going to try and add in a little Big Lebowski humor once in a while, and hopefully it'll be able to hold. Hopefully I'll be able to find my rug. Man, hopefully I'll be able to find it. And then what? So what is this cool stuff? And I do hope it's cool stuff. So that specifically I will get into in future videos. I'm looking at a lot of different things. I'm taking I won't say it's a unique approach. I'm going to take an approach I've thought of based off of some things that I've read and researched. And really the idea is, and it's something that goes way back. I've always wanted to create things, and I always try and create things with different materials. So, woodworking is something that has always been my go-to, so to speak. And I want to have, lots of different types of woods, starting off with, simple to work with and relatively inexpensive, and work through to other types of woods, softwoods, hardwoods, but then also start adding metal to it. Stuff for magnets is a perfect example, but also stuff that will add to the design. So maybe some copper or some brass, a little bit of stainless steel, a little bit of brushed aluminum. Who knows? It kind of depends on what the design is, what the theme is. We'll see. And Also add in things like stone, cement, probably more focused a little bit on the cement, maybe even ceramic in there, depends on how things go. Potentially other materials like that have that same type of characteristic as stone and cement. And then also leather, maybe even fabric. Really, again, kind of depends on the particular product and theme and whatnot. And then lastly, the other facet is 3D printed stuff. Who knows? This could be, I do have printers for FDM and resin, so it could be a combination of or one or the other. But that'll be something that I'll be looking to incorporate as well, to add functionality or uniqueness to the products. And then lastly, how. So if I'm going to tackle this, if I'm going to really try and do this, I do want to rely on some of my experience, some of my my past experience working in the business realm, something I'm still doing to this day. Really, if I'm gonna shoot for that, I need to be thinking about, can what I'm doing be sustainable, and is it scalable? And part of that is, first of all, I really got to start with, what's the 3, 6, 12 month kind of goals? What are the things that I want to try and accomplish? Or I shouldn't even say try, the things that I want to accomplish, my intentions in those first 3, 6, and 12 months, and get that started. Don't wait necessarily. And in all honesty, this is something that I want to do. It's something I intend to do, and it's not something that I've done yet. I also want to establish processes. So this would include the product process, from beginning to a saleable product. Also looking to put process around how to market the products, how to sell those products, through the internet, locally, whatever those combination of factors are. Get input on the products, get input on the marketing that I'm using, the branding, the sales process, any other processes, but really anything at all. I want to be able to put it out there so I can get feedback on it. I'm going to be sharing this with family and friends, so I'll have that, but I also have, hopefully, I have you who can listen through as I start covering these things and provide your input. You maybe you've always wanted to start a business and you've done research, and you can share some of that perspective. Maybe you're doing it, or maybe you've done it. You've done a business and you've created it from the ground up, and you've got some advice to share. I'd love it if you would share that type of information down in the comments. It'll also be an opportunity to build rapport around the channel and the business itself. I'm going to figure a lot of that out as I go, but I do want to take that input and iterate on it, and continue to focus on that iteration and building something that's better than where I started. It's going to require me to be open-minded to the opportunity to improve when there is a need to improve. And so that is the why, the what, and the how. Next up is my approach. So my approach is really to put as much as I possibly can out there, slow and steady. I am not in a rush to be profitable. In fact, it's not even really the focus right now. In all candor, the focus right now is to do it, to start, and to follow through day after day, week after week, doing things, not worrying about what I'm doing, if it is it right or wrong, especially when it's focusing on the bottom line. So because I feel like establishing those processes are going to be more important than anything. But I really need to be open-minded so that I can adjust and I can change things when I need to. I also, as I've said, I want to be able to put as much of that out there as I can. So the goal is to focus on these videos from the standpoint of making them functional, so that I'm sharing the information. They may not have the greatest production quality. It's something that I will look at and put effort into as I go forward. So whatever I'm doing today, whatever my lighting and my cameras and my sound is, that I will intend to improve that, but it won't be like my number one focus. But I'll probably have opportunity here and there to get input on that as well, and looking for opportunities to improve. But yeah, I really want to be able to go through those those things that I covered around the why and the what and the how, as I'm going through them. And again, that sharing will give an opportunity for establishing feedback. I know that the channel and these videos, they may never pick up, but I have done this enough to know that even just going through this process can help me with focusing and learning. So again, hopefully there's an opportunity for you as well. So please share in the comments so that I have an opportunity to hear what you're interested in and add that to what I've got from a future planning standpoint. If there's questions out there around how did I do this, or why did I do that, or when am I going to do this, that's something that I can certainly look to cover. And this is going to be a lot about sharing my mistakes, what I'm learning, how I'm learning it, and being really honest and upfront. There is likely going to be mistakes, so I intend to put that all out there, the good, bad, and the ugly. So that really, for the most part, that covers my approach and what my plans for the future are. So the products. I gave a little bit of information, want to have products that are using various materials, but I also want to, and probably upcoming videos are going to focus on what that development process around product looks like. That's the one of the areas that I have put some effort into, and I've started that off. So that'll be an area for me to start with. It'll also give you an idea what kind of things that I'm looking at. Like I said early on, I wouldn't say that what I'm doing is unique. Some of these things I've learned through reading, but I want to share them and use it as an opportunity for getting input around things to be mindful of. And like I said, for me, the process is very iterative, which means I got to put it out there. I got to put the videos out there. I got to put products out there. So starting from scratch, my intention is to design and get prototypes of the products out as quickly as I can, so that I can get it in to the hands of family and friends who can then give me some input. That's why my intention will be, as I go forward, to potentially share prototypes, most likely at first, hopefully with people that are local to me, that I know, but really I wouldn't necessarily say are friendships. Who knows? Maybe it's people that I'll meet through creating these videos, or a community that I may build as I go to do this at a local level. That's something that I'd like to consider as I move forward. The input is good, and really when it comes to these products, I'm following the KISS principle, and that is keep it simple, stupid. So that will be a important part of what I'm doing. And then lastly, challenges. So I'm going to be upfront, and I'm not going to use this as this channel. I'm not going to use it as a place for me to go through all of my challenges per se, but I do want to make a point of saying, like, first of all, I'm 50, but I don't know everything. In fact, there's one thing I've learned being 50 is that I really, really don't know much. So I'm really hoping to learn through this process and expand my knowledge, gain experience doing things that I've not done before, so that I can get better. I'm going to acknowledge, fear plays a part in this. I had hoped to start these videos sooner, but part of that, fear of getting started, I'll admit it, it was there, but I'm going. I'm doing it. I'm not worrying about how good this video is. I'm just recording it and getting it out there, so that I can start the process. And lastly, I'm going to, hopefully this will also drive motivation. I do hope that part of what I'll be able to do is, take my own personal motivations, but then also the, sharing with family and friends, and hopefully with this audience, as I go forward, will help cultivate that motivation within me, and hopefully within others, to do this themselves, because that really is probably, as I cap off this video, that is the last why, and that is to share why you can do this too. So please click the like button if you liked this video, share your comments so we have an opportunity to start figuring this out together. Subscribe, click the notification button. So thanks again for joining, and thanks for being part of Dude Creates Cool Stuff. Have a great day.